All right. So today we're going to be talking about a new product offering model that we're launching in the coming weeks for Power Automate at UTM. And it is premium flow hosting or premium connected flow hosting. So what that is, let me just put this in slideshow. Uh, Basically, Power Automate premium connectors require Flow owners to have a Power Automate premium license subscription. So until now, this has been one of the biggest barriers to creating flows in Power Automate. Because if you wanted to make a flow that used any of these connectors, you needed to pay for an additional license, basically. And a lot of the connectors are pretty useful, like Microsoft Word and Adobe and things like that. So recently, all UTM DWS team members have been provided a Power Automate premium license subscription. So that's our team. So this will allow for us to be able to host flows that use premium connectors. Um, so what we could do, we create the flow on our account that has the premium license, and then we share it with someone that wanted to use the flow. So, and they would just connect to their other connectors and data store locations like their SharePoint site or their Outlook account or anything within the flow itself. So this will allow for UTM staff and faculty to have access to premium connectors without having to purchase a Power Automate premium license subscription. So benefits, obviously it's cost effective. So you can use premium connectors without having to purchase a Power Automate premium license. It's secure and managed. So since we will be the ones that are hosting it on our accounts, our team ensures that all flows are maintained with the university security standards and enhanced support. So you would receive hands-on support with setup, troubleshooting, and continuous flow management because it would be on our account. So we would be able to create the flow for you and set it up, and we'd get alerts and everything if there was any issues or anything for it. So it's pretty good. So how it works with Premium Connected Flow Hosting, our team will help you create and manage flows that include premium connectors, enabling powerful integrations and capabilities beyond standard connectors. We'll host and share these flows, ensuring they are secure, efficient, and optimized for your specific tasks. Additionally, we are offering new ready-made premium flow templates that make use of these premium connectors. So the first one is the one that we'll be looking at today. And that one is automating the process of creating documents from Microsoft Forms. So you can easily convert responses from a Microsoft form into a Word or PDF document. And for anyone that doesn't know, Microsoft Forms is a simple cloud-based tool for creating surveys, quizzes, and polls. It's widely used for gathering feedback, conducting assessments, and collecting data throughout customizable forms. Major benefits of Microsoft Forms is that they can easily integrate with other M365 apps like Excel, Teams, and SharePoint, and they can do that throughout Power Automate. So, what our new premium flow template, which we've aptly named Create Word or PDF from MS Form. Uh, so what it can do is take a submitted Microsoft form, collect all the responses from the questions in the form, and insert each response into a predetermined location within a newly created document. So you create a document template with tags within the document, and the tags match with the form's questions so that each answer is inserted into the corresponding tag. So each Microsoft form response creates a separate document in either PDF or Word format. And this is kind of the workflow of how it goes. So first I'll show you how we create a document template to use with the flow. So that's like a manual process first, and we could help you set that up if you wanted to request the flow template, and inserting the tags into the document. And it's a Word document. And then you would create a form that you'd want to use to get the information from people. Um, then once each form is submitted, the flow triggers in the background. It'll input the responses from each question of the form into the document template tags. And then it creates a new document for each form that is submitted. And then it automatically saves each document into a location of your choice. So most common would be SharePoint or OneDrive. And that's it. I'll show you how it works. So this is the flow itself. And we can kind of go through the steps, but first I'll show the document. So this is a Microsoft Word document, and I have it open in desktop view, not in the web version, and mostly because I can access this developer tab here. And with the developer tab, you can easily insert tags. Uh, so if I just put my cursor here and I just down here select a text, like a basic text control, it inserts a tag right here. And then when you have the tag selected, you just name it something, um, anything really, but something that you can probably recognize later for like what you want to insert into the tag. So I usually name them similar to what the form question would be that would be inserted into here. And I'll just delete that one for now just because I already made a bunch, but so I have this one here. This is like name. So this would be the name from whoever is submitting the form. And then once I show you the form, it'll kind of make sense. But you can imagine if you had like a contract or even an email, this is kind of like a mail merge for an email, but it's in a document. Or you can just have the form itself turn into a document. So this is the form that I created kind of for this test here. Just a general form with some basic questions. You can imagine you'd have better data that you would want to get, but just for the sake of it, I have some multiple choice. Have a text field here. I have a date picker and then another multiple choice. So what I can do is submit a form. How are you? I'm good. What do you like to do? Make Power Automate flows. Pick a date. Today. Do you like chocolate? Yes. I'll submit my form. And now what it should do is on my SharePoint site here, it'll create a new document on my final version folder. And this, you could set up your SharePoint or OneDrive however you like. I have it creating the Word version of the document here and then the final PDF version, or you could choose if you want it to be a Word document or a PDF document. So maybe I'll show you the flow next. So this is the trigger here. So I've just done this. I've submitted a form and I select what form I want. So this is a list of all my forms. I can easily select my new form test. It's named that way. It pulls all the forms on my account. The second step it does is it will get the form responses from the form that is submitted. Pretty straightforward. And this is all going to be preset when you receive the flow template. And we're hosting it on our account as well, so we can help set up anything if it needs to be, like changing your form. Here it grabs the user's Microsoft ID from whoever submitted the form. So later on in the flow, if you wanted to um, create an email or something that's taking the person's name or email address within it, you can easily pull it from this action here. And then here's where it is populating the tags in the template document that you have. So I just select where I've saved my template and I have it in the SharePoint site. in the documents folder. So it's right here. And that's this document that I showed you before, where it can be anything as long as it has the tags in here. Because in the flow itself, as you'll see, these are the fields that you're entering into the tags. So on the left-hand side, these are the names of my tags in my document. And then if I click in this box here, I can select what I want to go inside of the tags. So these are the responses from the form itself. These are the questions that are named. So that's why it's better to keep them named similar so that you can match them easier with the questions from your form. Uh, can these flows work with group forms? Yes, they can. So if you had a group form, what you'd need to do here instead of picking from the list, it's just a little bit different. You go down here and you enter a custom value, and then you need to get the form ID from here and you paste it into there. And I think it's everything after this part here, the ID. And you would put it in there, and it just like looks a little bit differently when you're setting it up, but it'll work. And that's something we can help you set up if you get the flow template. We can help you set up selecting the form if you have a group form. So it's going to match all the tags with the questions. And then I even have two fields here from the get user profile. So if I have like an intro of my document here where it's just picking the first name, like hello, and then I have the first name in here. And then up top here, I have the long form of the name. So I don't even have to get that from the form. I can just take it from this action and insert it into the document. So I have my document populated here. Now what the flow will do is it's going to create the Word version of the document. And this is the first step that it does because we're using a Word connector to do this. So it populates the Word template, but what it needs to do after that is create the Word file somewhere. And I have this as a SharePoint connector creating the Word document on here. And you can see it's pulling the body of the file from this step up here. And then you choose the name of anything you want. I have it as the person that submitted its name dash the date and time that it was submitted. But this is customizable as well. And you select your location where you want it to save. So I have it going to Word created documents, which is right here because this is the Word version. And if you didn't want a separate folder, you could have it all go into the root folder. It's totally up to you. So once it creates the Word document, we're going to take the properties from the Word document. And this is just kind of a step to get more information from the newly created document for other steps, basically. So it's kind of like a prerequisite step for other steps. And then I add a delay here of 10 seconds just in case there's like a network issue or something. I don't want it to try to do things before this file has been saved properly. And then this is the next step. And so these are the two premium connectors or the Word connectors for this flow. This is like where most of the stuff is happening that we couldn't do before without the premium license. So this is the next step where it actually converts the Word document to a PDF. And if you didn't want a PDF version, if you just wanted a Word version, then you wouldn't even need this part here. You could just remove it, but we're assuming most people would like PDF versions of everything. So this is the action called convert Word document to PDF. So what it's going to do is it's going to take the file name that you created above and where you saved it above. So it has like the file path where it was saved with the file name and extension. And it's going to convert that into a Word document. And then we need to, again, create PDF document on somewhere, save it somewhere on here. So we selected SharePoint, and we're saving it now into a new folder called PDF created documents. It's going to keep the same name, and then again, we're pulling the body of the file in this part from the step above it, which is when it converts it to a PDF. Does this type of flow work for question branching? Yes, it'll work for question branching because when you're populating in here, there'll still be, as long as you have tags that are matching with the questions, it's fine. Like I don't even have to fill in the tags if I don't want, and it'll just be blank. So if you have empty tags in your document, let's say, like you just need to decide where you're putting the tags in here because if the branching questions don't get filled out, then they'll be empty in your document somewhere. So you would have to plan that out when you're making your document, but it would work with branching questions, yes. So I've created my PDF document here. So we converted the Word to PDF, and then I created the PDF on my SharePoint site. I've created it in PDF documents. So that's this folder here. That's where the final version is going to go. And then I could end the flow here if I wanted to. Um, totally up to you when you receive the flow template. But what I want to do after that is actually delete the Word version of the document because I don't need the Word version of the document. So we've added that extra step in here. So what it can do is it'll get the PDF document properties and the content for the PDF document. This is for kind of like a prerequisite if you wanted to add a send an email part to this as well. So this could also be removed if you're not going to do anything with the PDF document after you've saved it. We just kind of kept this in the template just in case, but this is all customizable once you receive the flow. So um, this is the part here where it actually deletes the Word version of the document. That's pretty straightforward. It just, you pick where the document is saved and then you call it from one of the steps above, the get Word properties step. And then that's pretty much it for the flow with creating a document. One other thing we have in here is it tracks all of the submissions in a list and it takes all of the form answers and puts it in a list here. And this is kind of unrelated, but it's a good way to track any submissions that you've had to get more data. And this isn't even a premium functionality. It's kind of a standard functionality. Um, so that's the flow in a nutshell. And then I can kind of see that it just ran with the form submission that I did 9 minutes ago. And it succeeded. Everything looks okay. So what I can do is go in here and check my PDF created documents. If I do a refresh, I have a new file that was created 10 minutes ago here, and it's today's date and the time that it was submitted. And if I open it up, it should match with all my questions from the form. So as you can see, the original version is just a template. These are all empty. It just has the tags here. And even up here in the title, I just have a tag. It doesn't say my name. And then the completed document has my name up at the title here with my first name, hello Dennis. And then based on your answers, we gather that you're feeling good. We understand that you like to make Power Automate flows. Thank you for selecting this date. And you answered yes to receiving the complimentary chocolate. And that's the saved PDF version of the file, basically. So pretty simple, straightforward, but pretty useful. Nisha, oh, Anna asked, what happens if the form asks for attachments uploads? Um, so this is creating a document from form responses. So usually, I don't know, you wouldn't have attachments go into a form itself. I suppose you could. That I don't know if the tags have, let me see, if there's like an attachment tag for the documents. I don't believe there is. I think it's plain text will work really well. And then there's like date selector and stuff, but adding an attachment like to a document itself, I don't think it could do that. At least not from the flow template as it is right now. You could possibly, I think a picture would work if you had a picture, but to have an actual attachment, like another file into it, I don't think that would work. Nisha, since this is a premium license, to initiate any workflow, we will need to request DWS. Yes. So since this is a premium license, like I said, this will be, you could imagine if someone on the call requested this flow template, what I would do is create a copy of this on my account, and which I've actually done for Nisha. So I can show you her flow just quickly, I guess. And this is a flow. It basically does the same thing. And what I did was just share it. So you can see Nisha is a co-owner with me on this flow. So the premium license is mine. So I'm signed into the Word license here. And then all the other connectors Nisha is signed into so that we could pick her form, SharePoint location, Excel file, Outlook, and everything. So that's how it works. That's how the premium license hosting works, and that's kind of a workaround for you having to pay for a premium license. So it all works well. We've done a bunch of testing with some people beforehand, like Nisha, and it's been working pretty well. And there's a lot of premium functionality like this, which you'd think is super simple functionality that would be built in since it's like a Word connector. I don't know why it's a premium feature of creating a Word file in Power Automate, but it is. So this is like very useful, I think, functionality that was kind of paywalled before, but now we kind of found a way around it to make it available to everybody. I think it was pretty short. Like I said, it's pretty simple functionality, but if anybody else has any questions, or did you want me to run through it again, or Anna?
Hi, I'm just trying to understand, actually to clarify
Hmm.
my understanding. So this is actually meant to be used more when we need to generate a letter or something that gets
Yeah,
sent to a form respondent, or
yeah,
a letter of invitation, for example, based on the information that the person provides that they're coming for a visit or something.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay, okay, yes,
yeah.
because
So
I originally thought that it's supposed to just kind of save all the responses in the PDF form, but this is something totally different.
you can have a for like say if you just wanted to keep record of every response as a document, let's say like you create an intake form for a questionnaire that you need people to fill out and you want to keep it as a document later and maybe you want to use it for signing later or anything, you could have it laid out exactly like this, like a form, and then save it as a document in that way. Or you could have, like you just said, I could kind of like what I did. I entered the responses into it's like a mail merge kind of where
Yes,
you put it
yes.
anywhere. So you could do both. Kind of the way that it's how you design this document itself is how it will look. Um,
Yeah, no problem. No, I just
yeah,
I came into it thinking it's it's something different, but I understand what we are
Yeah, it's
doing.
versatile.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
and this one comes from a form, and then we have another flow template as well that we're launching with this, which is it comes from an actual spreadsheet or a table where it acts more like a mail merge as well. We'll
Mhm.
probably show that in the next workshop, but they're two pretty simple flows, but they just require the premium license, and they're very versatile in like how you want to set them up. And mostly it's how you set up this document beforehand that'll determine like how the documents look afterwards.
And it's same, for example, when we have HR templates for contract extensions and
Hmm.
stuff, we can add these uh, tags
Yeah,
fields
yeah,
and have offers generated
Exactly, yeah. That
much
that was
easier.
kind of like what it was made for, was for like offers and stuff like that, where you would have the tags in places where it just easily plug and play.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem. Yeah. Anika, or is it Anika or Anita? Sorry,
Hi, it's Anika.
Anika.
Hi. So I'm within the dean's office, and the use case that I see for this is we solicit proposal ideas every year. So I asked the question about branching,
Hmm.
and because it is so similar to mail merge, what I see happening is actually a lot of blanks in the in the end document, right?
Mm,
Because so for example, we have like a couple major categories: new programs, major modifications, program closures, and a new unit formation, for example.
hmm.
So the questions that we would ask for someone who wants to form a new unit are different questions than what we would ask if they wanted a new program, for example. So I was trying to think about a workaround for this, and I'm wondering in the flow, is it possible to have like different templates? Like you have this one template here that we're looking
Yeah,
at. What if we have different templates, and then depending on a choice that they made in terms of the category of proposal,
yeah.
it selects one of the templates and inputs the relevant answers rather than having a bunch of blank fields?
That's a great
Is
idea.
that
Yeah,
possible?
that is,
Okay.
yeah. So you could have a field in your form, and let's say they select that field, and then in here, all you do is create a condition in your flow and base it upon that response being selected, basically. And then
Okay,
if that
great.
response is selected, you go down this path. If the other one is selected, you go down this path, and you pick different templates for each one, basically. It's like a
Okay,
choose your own
so you would
adventure.
need to make like multiple templates for however
Yeah. If you
cases you
if
need.
you didn't
Okay,
want blank fields in your document, then yeah, you would make different templates for that,
gotcha.
and
Okay,
just select the template based on which condition is met.
okay, thank you.
No problem. That's a great question. Yeah. Any other questions or anything you wanted to look at as well? I mean, we have like a full hour. This was kind of a short one, but since we're launching this, it should come next week that we'll be sending out the communications for premium hosted flows. So I thought we'd show this in the workshop this week since it's so close together. So, Anna?
So the HR templates, for example, change every once in a while. Sometimes more often, sometimes less
Mm,
often. But basically, we would need to do what Anika said, for different templates for new contract extension, renewal, and then anytime the HR changes the wording of the template, we would need to swap that in the Power Automation flow, right?
Um, do you mean like is it the wording in a tag, or because you can update
Uh,
this document as much as you want, it'll still run. Like I can change this order around and add things if I need to.
mhm. So
Um,
one way is to change the existing document. The other one would be to
create a different
link
one.
a completely new document
Yeah,
with new tags and stuff,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, most of the work of this goes into the to this document here, and it's fortunately it's pretty easy to design these. You're just inserting these plain text controls, which is nice, and then you just change the layout of how you want the actual form to look. But yeah, if you had things changing often depending on other um, fields in your form that are answered, then yeah, I would probably just create multiple copies and then have the conditions branching them to which questions
Mhm.
are answered.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And And just in case anybody doesn't know, so we have our Teams channel here where I sent the notification. So next week we'll send out an announcement on here once the premium connected flow hosting is released. And then we'll have a link in here on how to get started. And basically it's just creating a ticket in the service portal. And any Power Automate tickets will come to our team. Where does this link go to? And we'll just have a session with you to kind of map out and design the flow template the way that you want to use it. We'll set up your connectors and everything, and we would just host the flow for you on our account, basically. And as well, once the workshop is over, I'll also post the video in this channel here of the workshop. And if you wanted to go back and look at any of our other workshop videos, they're all in here, as well as a bunch of the guides and stuff. So we'll be creating some new knowledge base articles for this as well. So we'll put it all in here too. Yeah, you can be added to this channel, of course. I don't know. For sure. All right, awesome.
Maybe you said, Dennis, I mean, maybe I missed it, but I was just wondering if you need help with Power Automation directly. It's not a general ITS ticket. How do we open that ticket so it bypasses general ITS?
So it'll always go to service desk, but as long as you put in Power Automate in your request anywhere, just put Power Automate and it'll go right to our team. They service desk knows that DWS team does all the Power Automate stuff, so they just right away they'll assign it to our team and it'll come quicker that way to us.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was the missing piece
Yeah,
that I
no
didn't know
worries.
we need to use. Yeah, thank you.
No problem. Yes, I'll add you. Sorry, I thought everybody on the call was already in the Teams group. No problem. Awesome. Last call for questions or a demo of anything. We can all go Black Friday shopping after this. Awesome. All right, thanks everybody for joining. Have a great weekend to yourself as well. And like I said, I'll post everything in the Teams channel once this is over. And next week we'll be sending out the communications once this is fully released and ready to go with links on like how to get it, as well as like some communications explaining it. But it was mostly everything I went through today. So great. Thanks everybody for joining and have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, thank you.